MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper and TireRack.com.
I used to think introducing a brand like Porsche was hard. After all, what can I say that hasn't already been said? But then I realized for the very same reason, it's easy to introduce them. One mention of the name Porsche and their legacy sort of speaks for itself.
And that legacy is what led me across the big drink to Stuttgart, Germany to help celebrate an important birthday and milestone for Porsche.
75 years as a matter of fact. So I got the invite, you're the plus one. Let's go back in time to drive some of Porsche's greatest hits.
And what better way to start the day than with two 911s? I left the grounds of Porsche's secret storage facility in this not-so-stealthy rear-engine prototype, a 1992 911 Carrera 2 Coupe Club Sport. It was made to slot in between the Carrera 2 and Carrera RS. That means motorsports-oriented yet completely street-legal. So while it added front bucket seats and ditched the rears, it still kept some creature comforts like air conditioning. Even for a hand-built prototype, the Carrera 2 Club Sport was solid.
This thing is just a treat to drive. If this is how I'm starting the day, I can't wait to see what's next.
Unfortunately, it never saw production. So I followed it up with one that did, albeit just 189 units, the Carrera 3.2 Coupe Club Sport. This one does forego amenities like AC and power windows, and even the passenger sun visor for maximum weight savings. Lighter engine components too, for a 6,840 RPM redline that, along with lower suspension and a limited slip diff, crafted a truly tethered driving experience.
The sounds of shifting the gears, all the bumps in the road, you can feel every little bit. But it's not unbearable. I mean, that's what you want in a car like this anyway. You want to feel and hear and smell and, well, probably not taste, but you want to feel all the feels.
As fun and historically significant as these Carreras were, the 911 is just the most obvious layer of Porsche's history. Digging deeper meant a late morning cruise in this 356 Super 90. This thing was old school cool, sporting an air-cooled 4-cylinder boxer, making a carbureted 90 horsepower, give or take. My hour behind the wheel gave credence to the 911's origins. The Super 90 gracefully blended driver's engagement with a surprising sense of comfort, putting me at ease while strolling between pockets of civilization. And then it was time to kick things up a notch. This 1988 Porsche 959. The 959 became Porsche's technological benchmark when it first launched, thanks in part to its 444 horsepower bi-turbo Boxer 6, powering an electronically controlled all-wheel drive system. Combined with the iconic aerodynamic styling and the 80s sci-fi-esque cabin, I was starstruck.
You know, we come all the way out here and we talk about legacy, right? You know, we're talking about the history of this brand and the evolution of it and what it means to have the Porsche crest proudly stamped on the hood or anywhere else on the car. And while there are a lot of great examples of that here, the 959 is certainly up there.
After the 959, there was one more I just had to check out. This 944 Turbo Cabriolet. The front-engine 944 has always had a special place in my heart, if not for most Porsche-philes. A boxy exterior that screams 80s performance, accented by the coolest thing ever made, pop-up headlights. Jokes aside, to me, the 944 is the still attainable classic Porsche, so experiencing one for myself was a dream come true. As was the case with just about everything else I drove that day. Icons, bucket listers, mold breakers. Each one undeniably a true Porsche. And after a day spent with all of them, all I can really say is, if this is what Porsche has accomplished after 75 years, I can't wait to see what they do at 100.